Escape from the Planet of the Apes is the third movie in the original Planet of the Apes series. It came out in 1971, released by 20th Century Fox, and stars Roddy McDowall and Kim Hunter as the sympathetic chimpanzee couple, Cornelius and Zira. Hey, this is Mad Lipstick Fox, and in this video I'm going to talk about why I think Escape from the Planet of the Apes is the saddest movie in the Planet of the Apes series. Spoiler warning. I'm going to be talking about sad scenes and sad facts about this movie, and since I will be talking about key sad moments, this video contains major spoilers, so be warned. Escape from the Planet of the Apes is the second sequel in the original series. Now, when it comes to sad movies, the first sequel, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, could definitely give it a run for its money because Beneath did have an extremely bleak and depressing ending. But still, I stand by my opinion that Escape is the saddest of them all. It begins with three ape characters, Cornelius, Zira, and Dr. Milo, who have traveled backwards in time and have ended up in 20th century Los Angeles in the year 1973. Cornelius and Zira are characters that we have grown to know well. These two have been around since the original classic 1968 Planet of the Apes movie. Their friend, Dr. Milo, is even smarter than they are. He was the one who figured out how to get them there safely using Taylor's spaceship from the first movie. The spaceship lands in the ocean, and the three apes are helped ashore by the military, who first transport them to the base and then bring them to the zoo. Well, I have to talk about a real-life tragedy. Dr. Milo was played by Sal Mineo, and this was his last theatrical movie. In 1976, he drove home, parked his car, and was stabbed to death as he was walking towards his apartment. He was just a guy trying to go home for the night. He had been holding a few things, including Hostess cupcakes that he was going to have for dinner, but he never got a chance to eat them. Somebody just attacked him and stabbed him in the heart as the poor guy screamed for help. He had neighbors who came out and tried to help, but they could not save him. It's very sad. A person was seen running away, but to this day, I don't think anyone really knows for sure who the killer was. In the movie, Dr. Milo gets attacked from behind and strangled to death by a primitive gorilla as Cornelius and Zira watch in horror. Zira is especially distraught. Dr. Milo's death is very haunting when you know what happened to the poor actor. It really hits hard. It's spooky. He was murdered in real life and in this movie, and something that both of these situations have in common is that his tragic death was witnessed by people who cared about him. I do like the character of Dr. Milo. He's very brilliant, and he's cool, and I do wish that he had been in the movie longer, although I understand why he wasn't. Behind the scenes, Sal Mineo suffered from severe claustrophobia in the ape makeup, and just couldn't stand to wear it for long. but he managed to do a good job with what he was given, and he still made a strong and lasting impact. At least I think so. Cornelius and Zira mourn the death of their friend, and they never forget about him. Much later in the movie, when Zira gives birth to a son, they name him Milo, which is a very touching moment. After Dr. Milo's death, the movie starts to become more lighthearted, upbeat, and humorous. But the fun doesn't last. It's revealed that Zira is pregnant, and this triggers fear in Dr. Otto Hasslein, who turns out to be the villain. Hasslein believes that the descendants of Cornelius and Zira are a threat to the human race, because the future that Cornelius and Zira describe is where apes dominate humans. Hasslein is determined to save the human race, and so he turns on the apes and does his best to convince the government to turn on them as well. There is another real-life tragedy that I should talk about. It's about this actor here. The actor with Zira in this scene is Albert Salmi. He suffered from severe depression, and in 1990, he murdered his wife and then committed suicide. They both died from gunshots. So, clearly not the greatest guy, but still, this was a very sad and tragic ending for this actor and his wife. Cornelius and Zira face persecution and then become fugitives after Cornelius accidentally kills somebody. Hasslein wants them all dead, especially their baby, and he goes on a mission to destroy the ape family. While they're on the run, Zira goes into labor, and their human friends, Louis and Stevie, help them find refuge at a circus run by a kind man named Armando. Zira gives birth to a baby boy, and as I mentioned earlier, they name him Milo in honor of their fallen friend. It's a tender and touching moment. Eventually, the ape family has to leave the circus. In an act of parental love and desperation, Zira switches her baby with the baby of a primitive chimpanzee before leaving to ensure that her child stays safe. Then Cornelius, Zira, and the baby make their way to a shipyard and their fates. In the movie's climax, the ape family is hunted down by Dr. Hasslein. He traces them to the shipyard and targets Zira and her baby. Kim Hunter's acting is phenomenal. When she screams for Cornelius, you can hear the terror in her voice. This sounds like somebody who knows that they're about to die. Zira is shot in the back as she tries to run from Hasslein. He proceeds to brutally shoot the baby multiple times to ensure that it's dead. Cornelius shoots and kills Hasslein, but then Cornelius himself is shot dead by a police sniper. His death is witnessed by a devastated and mortally wounded Zira. For some strange reason, Zira drops the dead baby into the water near where Hasslein's body is floating. I think I heard somebody say before that maybe she was giving the baby to Hasslein, despite both Hasslein and the baby being already dead by this point. And this baby really didn't matter much to Zira anyway, because it wasn't actually her baby. It's an odd moment, but we need to remember that Zira has been shot. She's dying, and she just watched Cornelius get shot and fall down dead. She's not in her right mind anymore. With her last bit of strength, Zira crawls over to her beloved husband and dies on top of his body. Now Cornelius and Zira are together again in death. It's a tragic love story. Even back when I was younger and before I even knew anything else about this movie, this scene right here, this was the reason why I always considered this movie to be the saddest in the series. It's also extremely tragic to know that an innocent, ordinary baby chimpanzee lost its life in place of the real baby Milo, who turns out to be alive and well. He is safe under the care of Armando, the circus owner. And finally, at the end of the movie, we return to the circus grounds as the crew is packing up and the circus is preparing to move on. Armando shares a moment with baby Milo, mourning the tragic passing of the baby's mother and father. When baby Milo is alone, there's an adorable yet heartbreaking final scene. The baby starts saying, "Mama, mama, 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 mama." The movie ends, fading to black as the orphan continues calling out for his mama who will never come back. It hits like a punch in the gut. The credits solemnly start to roll, and so ends Escape from the Planet of the Apes. In my opinion, the saddest Planet of the Apes movie ever. The real-life tragedies connected to this movie make it so much sadder. One last thing. I wanted to share this photo of some of the actors taking a break. It's Kim Hunter, Roddy McDowall, Sal Mineo, Natalie Trundy with a dog, and 2 other actors. It's just a really nice, pleasant, behind-the-scenes photo. They look peaceful here. I think it's a really neat photo and a bittersweet note to end the video on. May all the people involved with this movie rest in peace. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Bye.